Hello everyone, Wild Rocker Health is here with you from this gorgeous planet Earth. This is the 10th Awakening Anniversary video series commemorating a whole decade of spiritual growth. This time, 10 years ago, I underwent a profound near-death experience, the aftermath of which awakened me spiritually, existentially and consciously. My third eye opened and I was given a brand new chance at life with severely augmented abilities and a keen insight of awareness for which I am eternally grateful. Since that time, I've learned a lot about myself, about areas of life pertaining to health, wellness, and becoming the most awesome versions of ourselves. In commemoration of this, I'm releasing a video series discussing these topics in individual chunks. Today is part 25. It's a very, very special topic, and it is the source of my spiritual awakening. It's that energy, and it's the thing which gave me the second chance at life. It is, part 25, is love as primordial energy, or say differently, love as source energy. Now, why is love so important? Well, I want to talk about myself. It's the only way I can really do it, an honest sense of justice. For the first 26 years of my life, I was a very intelligent and gifted young man and young boy. I learned how to read at a very early age. I developed ways of looking at people in the world and ways of understanding various academic and world concepts which far exceeded those of my peers, and I learned a lot of things very, very quickly and very keenly. Now, this is all well and good, however, I was still very much coming from, no shade on my parents or my family, but I'm coming from a family that has, in recent generations become quite successful, but which is carrying a lot of baggage, religious baggage, cultural baggage, ethnic baggage. A lot of trauma has been passed down through my family line, and I'm sure to some extent or another all families share that. However, in my case, genetically there was a lot of baggage in terms of anger, poverty mentality, fear mentality, doomsday mentality, all of these things which come from anyone who is whose ethnic origins can be traced to the Middle East, basically. And though I was born and grew up in the West, and I'm very grateful for my upbringing, I nevertheless was carrying a lot of that. And that obviously affected my outlook on life, the first 26 years of life. It resulted in many behaviours which were very upper limiting in terms of self-sabotaging, a wave of good feeling. Then thoughts or actions would come in that would unconsciously make me mess it all up. And what was worse was because for the first 26 years of my life, though I was very intelligent in a kind of consensus reality fashion, I was not spiritually conscious at all. So it would be very easy for me to find intellectual, logical reasons for self-sabotaging and, perpetuating these genetic patterns. At the time, I didn't even know that's what they were. I just thought that this was the nature of humanity, nature of the world. However, that was kind of the thing, and we're always taught love, as I understood it as a young man and as a young child, was basically adoring someone external to you because they have something that you do not. Your mum has compassion skills that you don't have. Your girlfriend or wife has a level of beauty and affection that you can't give yourself, or this business, this job, this salary can give you things which don't exist within you. I always thought that love was something outside of you. That love was somehow kind of this godly thing that would come over, that would swoop over with angel wings and come and save you. However, I was wrong about all of that. Love is not external to you. Yes, there are things which are lovely outside of you and they have value that is outside of you, of course. However, we experience everything as filtered through our own being. And this is where my near-death experience comes into play. Once I awakened, I realized that everything I was ever taught not just but my family, but my society, my upbringing, the the genetic patterns which are coded in me, which even my parents and their grandparents were unconsciously perpetuating. All of that was wrong. None of that was really true. It's just old unhealed traumas. And my goal over these last 10 years has been to really look at those traumas and look at them and really shine the light of awareness on them. So love as primordial energy, or love as source energy, was realizing that the love is within us, that we have all of it, that we are our own best friends, we are our own spouses, our own cheerleaders. We can create anything we wanted to create. For example, a year after my near-death experience, I moved to Japan, where I lived for a year in an amazing town, an amazing city. I had my own apartment, I had a great job, I had more money than I knew what to do with. I lived in so much, and I still live in so much abundance. And for me, that was only possible because I found the love from within myself. I embraced every part of myself, especially the parts which, in my previous life, I would have deemed ugly or shameful. I loved on those, and I didn't try to change them. I just accepted them for who they were, for what they were. So it's been everything. And even in my near-death experience, such a very powerful surge of love came over me. I remember when I was coming out of that near-death experience, the symptoms were manifesting in like a stroke and heart attack. I remember people were around me, like gathered around me. They were like, I was in the foyer or the entrance of a cinema at the time, where I was waiting to see a film when I had my near-death experience. And I just remember there were just people around me, just holding my hand, hugging me. There was a guy on the phone calling the ambulance, all of that. And then that was kind of the signal from the universe that there is so much love, there is so much compassion in this universe. If you're just willing to open up the heart, your own heart, to realize the love within you and not try to suppress it, So that was really key. That was really important. I made a lot of development in the first 26 years of my life as it pertains to linguistic development, intellectual development, academic development. I was a very prodigious child, and I'm very grateful for that. But one thing I missed was the most important thing. I missed the love I had for myself and the universe. Like, I was still operating from a lack. For so many years I believed I was not worthy, but I am worthy, and I know that. And everyone is worthy. I don't care if you live in the most poorest and destitute of societies. There have been stories of kids in Africa, of kids in the Middle East who have nothing in terms of material needs, but they have so much self-love from within. They create their own play, they create their own joy, they create their own bliss. So love as source energy is just allowing this surge of building energy, of constructive energy, of playful, creative energy. Love is also a compassionate energy. It's being kind and gentle and patient to yourself for going through life's turmoils, for having trauma, for going through bad experiences, for having flaws, and very crucially, for making mistakes. This is really, really important. I want everyone to understand that no love that you seek outside of you can complete you. Yes, things can enhance your pleasure. Having a girlfriend or boyfriend or a wife can enhance your happiness. Getting material wealth can enhance your happiness, sure, but it can't be the source of it. You need a groundwork of self-love. You need to love yourself so much that if you have nothing, if you have zero, if you have no house, no money, no family, you will still know that the universe will work in your favor to bring you what you want, because inside you have so much self-trust, so much self-love, and so much self-confidence, and you're willing to embrace yourself through the dark times and through the thick of it, through hell and high water. Love as primordial energy is the only reason I'm still alive today. Had it not been for that, I would have died 10 years ago. But I didn't. I'm still alive. I'm still here fulfilling my ministry, one step at a time. I'm still human. I'm still imperfect. I still make mistakes, but I have awareness now. I know that these mistakes are helping me become stronger because I'm conscious of what I'm going through. I'm conscious of what the errors are pointing towards, or the so-called mistakes are pointing towards lessons which are there to help me evolve. And not just that, but not to always assume that failures are going to happen. Always assuming the best. That you're going to have an amazing day. People are going to love you. People do love you. They're going to be magnetized towards you. Always going in assuming that that's going to happen. And if you see something in the 3D that is contradiction to that, that's not your truth. That's part of an old system. That's a sign that you need to keep believing in yourself anyway, because that thing is not your confirmation. The 3D circumstance is a bonus. You don't need it. You don't need to see validation or approval reflected in the 3D reality. You don't need that from other people. You don't need that from a job offer, from a salary increase. You don't need that from a car. You don't need that from material gains. You have that all within you, and you need to start feeling rich now. Now is the time to start feeling rich. Now is the time to start feeling happy and joyful within yourself for your infinite ability to create anything, your infinite ability to heal, to deal with hardship, to wake up in the morning and start your day when every little subconscious voice in your bed is telling you to just give up. Love is everything. Love is primordial energy, it's everything. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Love yourself absolutely, especially those dark traits, especially those subconscious signals which might tell you you're not worthy. You are worthy. You mean everything and you mean so much. This has been Love as primordial energy. This has been Wild Rocket Health with you. Let's end this video by breathing together. Feel the love expand your heart space. And exhale. Thank you everyone. Wishing you all a lot of love indeed.